Hello and welcome to another video and podcast from Fantasy Football Scout. My name is Joe and today I'm looking to help you with your transfer decisions in Game Week 36 by creating the perfect free hit side for Game Week 36. I stress I'm not actually free hitting this week. This is if we were to free hit, what would be, if we had a free hit here, get any players we want, who would be the best ones? Really, so it's like a sort of a version of the scout picks for those familiar with those at Fantasy Football Scout. Okay, just before we have a look at the fixtures and, all importantly, those players in the free hit side, just a reminder, do press that like button. It really helps us out. And also do remember to subscribe so you keep up to date with our latest videos and podcasts. Okay. Here are the fixtures here. So this is Game Week 36. It shows that actually Nottingham Forest away to Sheffield United have the best fixtures. So it remains to be seen if Chris Wood will make our team. Newcastle away to Burnley as well. Now Newcastle's away form does make me think maybe they should be a bit lower in this list. I've sorted this by difficulty in the Fantasy Football Scout season ticker. But nevertheless, it is Burnley, a promoted side. Newcastle are a good side. So that could mean inclusion for some Newcastle players, but you know their away form is not as good as their home form. Brentford at home for Fulham is a good fixture. It thinks that Sheffield United could do okay at home to Nottingham Forest. So I'm not sure what it's thinking there. I guess it's thinking there could be some goals there. Everton away to Luton seems like a good fixture. Arsenal at home to Bournemouth. Chelsea at home to West Ham could be. Manchester City looks where I probably would put my captaincy in real life and in this sort of fantasy free hit side for the week. At home to Wolves there. I think that could be good for Haaland, De Bruyne, Foden, etc. Manchester United away to Crystal Palace I don't think it's that bad from an attacking point of view. Don't expect any clean sheets there though. Meanwhile, Liverpool-Tottenham, could be some goals there, but it's hard to judge what's going to happen there. West Ham away to Chelsea. It remains to be seen if any of their players are going. Chelsea can implode at any moment. Aston Villa away to Brighton. Ollie Watkins and co. annihilated my team, Brighton, last time out. Brighton are arguably in worse form. It remains to be seen what's going to be happening there. Bournemouth, Wolves and Tottenham have the worst fixtures. Bournemouth away to Arsenal. Wolves obviously with that Man City clash, and Tottenham with Liverpool as well. I think more from a defensive point of view. I fancy them to score though. Okay, let's have a look at the free hit side. So what I'll do is I'll quickly run through the players in the side and then I'll dwell on them. And then I'll give you some explanation of why I picked these players. So I've gone for a 3-4-3. I think there's 3 attackers to go for here. As usual, I don't fancy too many clean sheets, so limited that there. So I've got Pickford in goal, Walker, White and Gabriel for Arsenal. I've got Saka in the midfield, Palmer, my vice captain, in this free hit side, Foden, Bruno Fernandes, Chris Wood, Isak, Haaland, who'd be the captain. And on the bench, I've got Sales from Nottingham Forest, Bowen, Reguilon, and Burn. Now, there'll be some players there that people will go, yeah, that's fine. There'll be players there that go, what are you on? There's absolutely no way they're going on my side. Well, you know, this is those familiar with the Goals Imminent video that myself and Tom Freeman, Fantasy Football Scout's deputy editor, do will know that that's what we do. Often we do promote those players that are sort of differentials under the radar that people mock and then they clam up as soon as they score. And that happens regularly on that video. Why are they promoting these players next week? Because they got goals and assists, which is what it's all about. Okay, let's go from the back first. Got Pickford in goal. He is taking on a Luton attack with the lowest XG of any team, expected goals of any team over the last 6. Just 4 goals there. So clean sheets, a strong possibility there. Plus, there's obviously save points in case he doesn't as well. He's among the best goalkeepers this season, surprisingly. A real surprise package for people who've gone for him. I've got Walker for my Man City contingent against Wolves at home. Safest for minutes, possibly. Say possibly. But he's created 24 chances this season, and he could get attacking returns too, as he did against Brighton last time out. Could be returns at both ends of the pitch is what you're up after, which is why I've gone for White and Gabriel. I'm not mucking around. I've gone for the best defence. I've doubled up on it. It's a double up for Arsenal against Bournemouth. White, I've gone for. He's got 4 goals and 5 assists and has created 33 chances. Last time I looked, he was top of the defenders' charts in terms of points this season in FPL. Created 33 chances there. Gabriel, 4 goals. It's not about assist potential, but he's had 26 shots inside the box. 4 goals, 26 shots inside the box. Gabriel is included there. So if they do concede, there could be attacking returns from both of them even. Across my midfield, Saka. So I've gone for an Arsenal triple up. Saka home to Bournemouth. He's on penalties. 2 goals in his last 6. If you don't go for Saka, Havertz is very good at all. So I've got 3 million in the bank with my personal team. My value's around 106 million. So if your value's quite low, I think Havertz instead of Saka, you save $1.5 million or so. He's got 4 goals in his last 6. So if you're looking at Saka then saying, where's Havertz? Basically, I am endorsing strongly Havertz as well. But obviously you can only have 3 Arsenal. I do like the Arsenal defensive double up this week. Palmer's my vice-captain. He could be a captain. At home to West Ham, his home record's very strong. He's got 10 goals in his last 6 matches. So I do feel that there are returns there. I never know quite what I'm going to get with West Ham. They can completely lock down a team, an opposition, and they can completely fold as well. So that's why I'm sort of not going to put the armband on Palmer, I don't think. Next up is Foden. This draft has money in the bank for KDB if you prefer. So if you've got more money, go up for KDB, and you might get that if you wanted to get Havertz instead of Saka. You could go Foden to KDB. He, of course, De Bruyne scored a hatful against Wolves before. But I think Foden is the likely one to get goals, especially for those low on funds. He has 8 goals in his last 6 games. I think that's the top for that record from amongst midfielders, certainly. He was just ill last time out, missed the last game, so I expect him to start this one and prosper, I've written in my notes here. Fernandes completes it, so 6 goals in 6 starts, a goal a start. He got a bonus in the last game against Burnley without any attacking returns. So strong for bonus, and this is what you want. You just want a good mix. He's good for assists, he's good for goals, he's good for bonus. Even if he gets neither, he's 3rd for shots over the last 6 matches. Only to Foden and Palmer, and he's a man in form, certainly, and he's on penalties. So whilst Crystal Palace can be quite good, they're much better these days under the new management, but I just think Fernandes is just a form pick. Irrespective of your views on Manchester United, how they're performing as a team, Fernandes is performing. So up front, I've gone for Chris Wood. This is the choice people go, what the hell? But he's against a Luton side pretty much in free fall at the moment. They've got to win this, so there's going to be gaps and there's going to be mistakes, I think. And Chris Wood is an underperformer. If you look at our goals imminent video this week, he's on that charts. He's had just 1 goal in his last 4 matches, but he's had 6 big chances. So he's definitely underperformed there by almost, according to the expected stats, around 2 goals over that period. So he's got 1 goal. Should have got 3 over the last 4 matches, according to the expected goal stats, if you believe in them. He's had 9 shots over the last 4, all from close range as well. So that's what he's all about. That's why he's in there. 4.8. Any budget can get him. And I think he's a reasonable pick for the rest of the season. You can bench him 37, play him in 38. Hope for the best. I've gone for Haaland as my captain. He's back in the last match. He was a sub, came on, scored. That's what he does. He's chasing a golden boot at home to Wolves. So not only will he score, he'll want to score a lot. On the score sheet last time back, as I was saying. And I'm expecting plenty more from him against Wolves. I think he's the best option here. Isak I've gone for. So, yes, he's away. But I do want a little bit of Newcastle because I'm unsure whether it's been overplayed how poor they are away, because they're certainly getting chances still, and they're great at home. So with Isak, over his last 6, no striker has got more goals than Newcastle man, 7. over that period. He faces a Burnley side that has conceded 70 goals this season. That's the third worst. Behind, two more promoted sides, Sheffield United and Luton, which is why I've got Chris Wood in there. Okay, looking at the bench. So I've gone for Sells. Nottingham Forest goalkeeper Sells takes on an attack already relegated Sheffield United. So I don't know what team's they're gonna show up. They've got the lowest goal tally of 34 over the season. I think they got the lowest as well for expected goals of 35. So they're pretty poor. They're not expected to score at all or much. My first sub is Bowen. Now, this is sort of partly, I think at this stage of the season, you can have all your stats and things like that, but you've got to go for feels. And I just think Bowen's coming back into form, back from injury. I think West Ham, a bit of a mini resurgence is coming. Seems to work better with Bowen, Antonio up front. That seems to be working. And in his last 6 matches, he's got 2 goals and 3 assists, 5 attacking returns in his last 6 matches. And he can face a Chelsea side that can implode at the drop of a hat. They could do well. I don't know quite what I'm getting from him, but I think Bowen, what a first sub to have. And I think, it's one of those picks, a bit like the double Arsenal defences. Don't mess around. Just get good players that historically get good returns in FPL. Next up is Reguilon. At home to Fulham for the Spurs man, but he's on loan at Brentford. So across the season, he's amongst actually one of the best defenders in terms of expected goal involvement. He's got expected goal involvement every 368 minutes. And that's actually just below. See, I mean, that figure alone won't mean much, but if you think about it, that's just below Robertson and Porro. So he's in that sort of. So if you're going to think, Robertson's a good pick, or Porro's a good pick, Reguilon's a good pick too. He takes on a Fulham side that's conceded 35 goals away from home on the road. That's the 4th worst in the league. And completing is Burn. He's just a cheap defender. In this free hit side, it's not a bench boost. It's this free hit side. He's not going to be called on, really. I fully anticipate Walker, White and Gabriel to start. If Walker doesn't, Reguilon will come on. It's possible Burn might be needed. But yeah, that's why he's here, because he could get a return. Burnley, promoted side, could concede some set plays. Burn with his height. Also, I mean, he's a pretty nifty player with his feet as well. I know that as a Brighton fan. But he's had 19 shots in the box and 10 chances this season. So I think he looks good to exploit Burnley's poor set piece defending and adding to his 2 goals and 2 assists already this season. So he's not the best defender this week, but he's amongst the best, I think. I think he's a good option, certainly on the bench there. Anyway, I hope that's given you some good food for thought about any transfers you want to make this week. I think all of these players are good for the duration of the season as well. You can be happy with the likes of Saka, Bowen, Fernandes, Foden. I mean, these are all good players in good teams. Well, Bowen with West Ham, potentially a good team that can do well. Chris Wood, if you're not bench boosting in 37, you can just bench him. But he's the kind of player could score almost against anyone. He's got great pedigree in the league, and I fully anticipate being in a live chat to laugh at that some of those picks as well. I hope you don't, and I hope you do well. Whether you pick any of these players, whether you ignore them, whatever decisions you make, I hope you have a fruitful game week 36. My name's Joe. Thanks so much for joining me. Do remember to press that like button, helps us out, Fantasy Football Scout, and do remember to subscribe to keep up to date with all our latest videos. And also do check out fantasyfootballscout.co.uk for details about joining, being a member there, and you can access lots of stats. A lot of the stats I've read out here are from those areas as well, from the tables, the customized tables I've got there, which is very, very useful week to week. Thanks a lot for your time. Take care. See you soon.